Well, the actual science behind human gases, first of all, it's something that everybody does every day at a minimum of 19 times a day. And the actual science behind it is that when your body absorbs food, it does not 100% efficiently process it. So some of the byproducts of that is that you get feces and you get flatulence. You get flatulence because your body does not take in 100% of the food, and at the same time, the food is staying in your intestines and it releases gas as it stays in your intestines. And so your body then releases it out through the rectum. My name and my title is Buck Weimer, and I am the CEO of Under-Tec Corporation, and we manufacture under-ease underwear for flatulence. My wife has Crohn's disease, an inflammatory bowel syndrome that many of you may be familiar with. One of the problems or byproducts of inflammatory bowel syndrome is bad smelling gas. So essentially I invented this product for myself because, you know, when you're sleeping with somebody, and we've been married many years, you get some very bad gas. And so I was searching for a solution because I didn't want to divorce my wife because of bad gas. Doesn't look good on your resume. So, so I was sleeping with her one night after a very large Thanksgiving meal, and all the gas was coming up, and I was looking for a solution on how to solve this. So I noticed that all the gas was coming up towards the nostrils rather than out the side and the bottom, which is where the blankets hang over. So I thought, well, if I could direct the gas in a pair of underwear to go through maybe some sort of filtration process, that would work. So I was a psychotherapist at a hospital where I work, and I was recently working with some coal miners who went through a disaster, but they were wearing gas masks. So I figured, well, if they could filter out the toxic gases, I must be able to get a filter that could filter out the bad smells of flatulence. So I started experimenting. And so I started with, a basic pair of underwear, and ended up with putting elastic around both legs and around the waist, and then having some material that was not able to pass through anything, like a polyurethane material. And then in the back around the tush area, I just cut a hole and then put a pocket made out of porous material. And then I started experimenting with different types of filtration materials until I came up with something that worked. Once we got something that worked, my wife was going to support group for inflammatory bowel syndrome. And of course, she shared with everybody what she was doing there, and everybody wanted a pair. So we thought, well, that's probably a good thing to do. So maybe we ought to think about patenting it. So the first thing we did was patent it. And that was an arduous process because I prosecuted the patent myself, which I will never do again. That was a laborious process, and I'll never do that again. It's like you have to learn a whole new language when dealing with governmental procedures. So, but anyway, I did get a patent on it, and then after we got a patent, then we had to find a manufacturer. And so to go from the patent process to mass manufacturing was in itself a process. And but we did that. So then once we got it manufactured, then we started testing. So we had a group in California and San Diego that tested. Of course, we tested Arlene's study group, or I'm sorry, not her study group, her support group. And then we had a scientist in Minnesota test it, and everything came out very favorably. So once we did that, then we decided to go public, and we got the internet and started publicizing it. Well, the actual science is that you have certain molecules in the gas itself, and so with these molecules, then it passes through a basic carbon material, and so what happens is it allows the carbon to take out the larger molecules, which are the bad smelling one's basic sulfur is the basic compound that smells bad, and it filters out the sulfur or the sulfide molecules, but allows the non-smelling gas to pass through. So that's the essential science of it. It's not a muffler. It doesn't take out the sound. A lot of people ask us about that, but that does not happen. It does not. This product, as far as the sound is concerned, it does not take out the sound. You can still hear the sound of passing gas, but it does take out the smell. Yes, it does. There's three of us, myself, my wife, and my son. So there's really three of us that run it. But we do send products all over the world. It's an internet-based business, and we've been in operation since 2001. We have basically male and female styles, and with the males we have boxers styles, and with the female we have just a regular underwear type, and we have 6 sizes in each gender, but we only have one color. They're all white, and we just try to fit the size. The size is very important because it's important that the elastic around the waist and the elastic around both legs fit firmly so that there's no leakage that way. So that forces then all the gas out through the filtration material. So, but the material itself that the underwear are made out of, it has an interesting property to it. It's your basic. It's called fabuthane that is airtight, but at the same time, it has a diffusion process that allows some of the heat and moisture from the inside to the outside. Similar to Gore-Tex, if you're familiar with Gore-Tex, that they use for skiing materials and skiing products. We recommend for other clothing, we recommend just wearing your normal underwear, actually underneath the underease, and then just wear your normal clothes. The filter is thin enough so that you cannot see it when you're wearing your ordinary clothing. In the beginning, we had a much thicker filter, but women complained about it a lot because you could see it in the back. It was too thick. So we went through the process of gradual improvement until we got a thinner and thinner and actually more effective filter material. So it's so thin now that you cannot see it bulging out from whatever clothes you may wear, as tight as you want to. But no, you cannot wear bathing suits or that type of clothing. The future for Under-Tec and Under-Ease is that we are currently working on having material in the underwear and the product that actually gives off a positive smell when you pass gas. So we have scented material that we're working on now that is going to hopefully be a full line of product where we can show that when you actually pass gas, instead of getting a neutral smell, you will actually have a positive smell because the scented material that's coming out from. So we're working on that. You can buy our product primarily by going to our website, which is www.under-tec.com, and we ship almost immediately. And as I said before, we ship all over the world, and we have to take your product.
UCKYA.